So I just finished a panel interview and I was asked a question and shared a response that I don't think I've ever shared with all of you. So I want to take a moment and share what happens when you get really negative feedback. What do you do with that? The experience I shared is actually related to this new book that I have coming out. As some of you know, this book is very different for me. I am being vulnerable. I'm being raw. I use a very conversational tone. I'm funny at parts. Some people didn't know I was funny, but I share what comes from my heart in this book. My publisher, when they contracted with me, they said, "Don't write a business book. Write the book you believe you were meant to write." So I wrote a book about influence and how to authentically stand in your truth and be the best version of yourself using stories and my own stories that were a little bit raw. And the publisher got the copy, the first draft of the manuscript. They sent it out for reviews, and the first review came back and it just tore the book apart. It was so negative. It basically did not like the style, said it was too casual. It wasn't professionally and polished enough. And they destroyed all of the theories and premises that I argue in the book. And I was crushed. I was absolutely crushed. I immediately started shrinking within myself. I wondered, did I just make a huge mistake? I remember telling my husband and my friends, I got to pull this back. Like, I'm going to cancel this contract. This was the worst thing I could have done, because here I am making myself vulnerable, which is what I ask my readers to do and my audiences to do. But my vulnerability didn't work. And it was a few days later, after kind of calming myself down, that I looked at a few things. First of all, the person who gave this review is not my target audience. In fact, they couldn't be farther from the audience that I'm writing this book for. So that was important. The second thing was, is it really more important to me to be liked or to get the information out there? And if the way I had to get the information out there was to share my own mistakes and failings and vulnerabilities, was I still willing to do that? And in the end, my publisher then sent it to several other people, and I was going out to get back of book endorsements and sharing the manuscript with people. And the feedback was completely different. The feedback was, this is a book that the market needs. When is this available? I want to share it with other people. Lita, you told us who you are, and your heart comes through in every page of this book. And I have to say, it almost chokes me up to think back to it, because I really thought I had made a mistake at the beginning, and I'm so glad I didn't listen to that first voice. Sometimes feedback isn't pleasant. It can make us clarify our message. It can make us clarify what it is we're offering. And at least it should reassure us that if we're speaking to the wrong audience, no wonder they don't understand. So I just wanted to share that story with you in the hopes that if you're getting feedback that might be a little hard to receive, that you take that same beat and remind yourself, if you're sharing who you are and what you're passionate about, sometimes the wrong audience won't appreciate it, and that's okay. The right audience will.